advocacy for the Smoot Tewes Group, and also 2012 Northeastern States Director, importantly, for the Obama campaign in 2012. And I say that because you know exactly what these Democratic candidates are going through right now as we have these 5 states voting today. Let's focus in on Pennsylvania, sure, Dan, if I can, because you worked Pennsylvania back for Obama in 2012. You know the area. I want to play a clip, if I can, of Sanders earlier today talking to MSNBC's Andrea Mitchell about his chances in Pennsylvania. Take a listen.
Sure.
I think if there's a large voter turnout, we're going to do just fine. I think our message that we need to deal with income and wealth inequality and a corrupt campaign finance system is resonating throughout the state. It looks to me like we got a lot of support here.
Is the senator right? Will a large turnout in Pennsylvania help him today? And you just heard Jane Sanders talking about this as well. They think they've got a shot.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to help him today, Kate. It's really a tough state for him. Some parts of Pennsylvania look like the parts of New York he did well in. Erie and Buffalo are really similar politically, demographically. But a lot of the state, Philadelphia especially, looks like the kind of support that really has been there for Secretary Clinton. It's a closed primary. Every poll has her up by double digits, some by much more than that. And with Maryland, let's not forget that state right below Pennsylvania with a number of delegates as well. Those two combined are more delegates than the entire state of New York. She's going to do really well in Maryland. I think as a mathematical delegate question, she's probably going to come out of today in a stronger position than she was a week ago. And that's even magnified by the fact that we're now another week further and 5 contests deeper into the primary. I just don't see any chance he does well enough here to keep this a race. Mathematically, it really hasn't been one for a while. And I think the question is, and you saw that with Jane Sanders, they're wrestling with what is the message now to their supporters, what is the path of their campaign, what do they want this movement to be about ultimately. Tough question to wrestle with when you're in the thick of a fight.
She pushed back really hard, though, on this New York Times report that they will reassess the campaign tonight. She said it's not a reassessment. We're moving forward. I mean, she could not have been more clear. You've been in this position. Well, you were on the winning side, but you've managed campaigns, and right, easier when you're President Obama going for the victory. But what would be the discussions happening right now after tonight, assuming that Bernie Sanders can't pull off a victory in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I have a lot of sympathy for where they stand, Kate. I mean, they've been running a really good, strong, hard campaign, attracting a lot of support, bringing new people in the process. It feels to them very much like the movement that they describe, and I think that's authentic. It's hard to just hit the brakes that fast, and I think you saw after New York, they weren't quite prepared to hit the brakes in transition. I think probably the report you're seeing in the Times, I've not seen it or heard any sources indicate that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're saying to themselves, look, we know what the numbers look like on the Acela primary today. It's going to be tough for us to even make a mathematical claim. We can keep fighting and keep winning, but we shouldn't attack her. And this is a really important thing. He brought in millions of people in this political process. That's a great credit. It's a great thing for his campaign. It's a great thing for the party. It's a great thing for the country. But if they are set up for disappointment or led to believe that there's a rigged system against them, they will leave the process. And then not only will they be lost, but the movement will not go forward the way that Jane Sanders indicated they want it to go forward. So I think it's really important that after tonight they take a breath, they keep fighting because they will need time to sort of close this all out in a high note, but do so in a way that allows them to keep this movement alive and keep people who are invested now part of that political process and not leaving it.
Dan Kanninen, nice to have you with us again. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kate.
After the break, the long, short list. We're talking beeps.
Would you have women on your cabinet?
Absolutely.